What's up, Marvel fans? This is Stan Series, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you an update video of the where are the Infinity Stones and the Infinity Gauntlet now, really. So, this is an update video of where all these items have been. Well, where are they now, really? I've done one like this before the Civil War came out, and well, that was like a month I think before it came out. But yeah, but since then we've had a lot of updates on the some of the stones, like have they made an appearance in these films after Civil War or not? So there was that, and I have brought this up before, like about I was going to do this anyway, do an update video on this of the stones on the glove, because this month we're going Infinity War, so I thought I'll try to do one before that comes out, and that would be in the last week of April, and I'm really looking forward to the film now. I'm really getting excited for it. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do these in orders of the stones that made an appearance first, and also bring up which film they've been in. Give it a little bit what they were used for, and who used it, and then say where it is now, really. So this will be like a spoiler video. So if you haven't watched the films yet, I would say leave the video now and watch all the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, well, the ones and even the Black Panther if you can. But if you're the ones who are not that bothered, then you're going to enjoy this anyway. So let's get into this. First off, we need to bring up is the now the Infinity Stones are different from the comics. The only difference is in the comics they're called gems, but in this they're stones. And also the one thing that's kept the same from the comics is the powers and the colours. The only difference in the film universe is, as I said, you got the same powers, you got the same colours from the comics, but the powers have been swapped to a other colour. So let's say, for example, like in the comics, the Mind Stone was blue, but in the film universe, it's the Mind Stone is in the yellow. Well, it's in the yellow colour. So like that way. But I would excuse me. I will say what each the stone's colour is anyway. So let's just get straight to it anyway. So first off, it's the Tesseract, and that one contained the Space Stone, and that one was blue. So there's that one. Now it first made its first appearance in the end credit scene for Thor, the first film, when Nick Fury showed it to one of Thor's new friends on Earth, Eric. I'm trying to remember his name. That bug, yeah, Eric, I think that's what they called him. Well, he was the scientist who worked with Jane Foster and the other girl. So yeah, we saw that in that one. That was when Loki was there as well. That's when we found out that he wasn't dead. Then the first time we ever saw it being used was in the first Captain America film, the first Avenger, when it took us back to the year of the World War. And in that one, we see that where Skull was using the power of the Tesseract to activate their new weapons. So when they fire their guns, it makes people disintegrate, you could say. But you could say like, oh, they disappeared. But that's what they were using it for. But then in the end, Red Skull, like he hoarded, and then he was gone. But back since then, people have been saying that, oh no, he's just been teleported and he's still alive, but I'm still hoping that is true, because, as I said, it's a Space Stone. It can, open portals. That's what the power of it could do. It opens like a portal in space, so you can travel to different planets with the power with the Space Stone. Then he made it an appearance again in Avengers Assemble when had a big role again. When Loki was sent by a mysterious person to get the Tesseract, from Earth, really, and also he was going to use it to send an army called the Chitauri to invade New York, and we did see it used to open a portal, and that was really big. It was a big portal, and obviously in the end you found out it was Thanos, really. So that's when they first hinted at, oh, Thanos is now on the hunt for them. But then it wasn't in the film, but in the For the Dark World, it was brought up it was mentioned by one of the members of the Warriors 3, the big chap. He brought it up. So yeah. Then in Guardians, it wasn't actually there, but when the Collector was explaining about the origins of the stones, like, you know, how they created, you saw it in this one hologram screen that it showed you the stones, all the stones, not in any objects, so you could see them without any one of them in an object. So yeah, it was in there. Then it made an appearance in, and again, it didn't fully make an actual appearance in Avengers Age of Ultron. It just made an appearance when Thor had saw the visions of the stones all go into a glove, really. So there was that. Then we got the return of it in Thor Ragnarok, and we seen in Odin's vault when Hela was walking through and she saw it, and she goes like, well, "That's nice," like that. But then in the end of the film, obviously by then people said, "Oh, that's happened." We saw Loki went into the vault, and then he saw the Tesseract, and he took it anyway. He took the Tesseract, and now the film is in the not Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and we know now that Thanos has got possessions of the Space Stone, so he's got that now. So that's with that one. The next one we got there was the staff, but that contained the Mind Stone, and that one was yellow, as I brought up earlier. Now that one, it had the ability to control people's minds. That's what that stone could do. Now, its first appearance was in Avengers Assemble. Now, back then, it wasn't confirmed that it was the Mind Stone, but after when I saw that film a lot before Age of Ultron, I said to myself, that's got to be the Mind Stone because of what it could do. Because when I saw Loki was using it on Hawkeye and the Doc, Thor's friend, and I was like, that's the Mind Stone. So, and when I saw Age of Ultron, I was like, yes, I was right. But anyway, yeah, so it was in Avengers Assemble, and Loki used it. He also used it as like a blaster as well on his stuff. Then when it came to Captain America the Winter Soldier, it only made an appearance in in the first end credit scene when we saw Baron von Strucker had possession of it. And he also used it to create two super people, and that was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. So that was like a big interest thing. I was like, oh. Then, and again, when it came to Guardians, the first one, it was only shown in a hologram screen without being in an object, so it was that. Then in Age of Ultron, Ultron did destroy the blue crystal around the stone when it was on the staff, and the stone was out. And then he placed it on Vision, so yeah, Vision's got it. Then, because of Vision was in Civil War, so the stone made a return in Civil War. Now, when Vision's got it, he's only been using it just to blast like a laser from it, so he ain't using the power of it. And now we know that Vision in Avengers Infinity War, he's going to be a big part of the film, because he's got the stone in his head, so he's in great danger, he is. So, that's where the Mind Stone is now. Now, on this one, the Aether, the Reality Stone, and that's the red one, it has the power to, in a way, it's like it can change reality, so you can make it as the reality you want it. I'm sure that you could explain it like that, yeah. So this stone made its first appearance in Thor: The Dark World. Now in that one, the villain Malekith wanted to use it to turn all of the universe into darkness, because the Dark Elves were all about darkness and everything. So that's what Malekith wanted to use it for, but then he got killed by Thor, so he got stopped. And then in the first end credit scene for Thor: The Dark World, you saw Sif and the Big Bloke from the Warriors 3 went to the Collector, and they give the stone to him. And in the end of that, the Collector said 1 down, 5 to go. So that gave you a hint that he was out doing the stones as well. Now, when it came to Guardians, you didn't see it in person, like you didn't see it like on the Collector's table or somewhere in the museum. You only got to see it on that hologram screen as well, as I said, with the other two so far. And it was similar again with Age of Ultron. you only saw it not in the peers, not in front of the characters, but just like in Thor's vision. That includes with the Mind Stone. It had a Thor appearance in Age of Ultron and a vision what Thor had. But the next time we'll see the Reality Stone, it's going to be in Avengers Infinity War. So, and it's obvious Thanos is going to get that one, so he will be in that. Our next one is the Orb, what contained the Power Stone, and that one's purple. Now that stone, it has the ability to give the strongest beam the strength from the stone. So only the strongest beams in the universe can wield it. So if a weak person hold it in his hand, the person would blow up. So because they ain't that strong to contain the power. Now that one had his first appearance in the first Guardians film, and he was a major part of the first film. And we saw Star-Lord and the Guardians had it first, but then Walden eventually got it. And in the film you saw that Walden was working for Thanos, so he was tasked to get the stone for Thanos. But then Walden turned against him and he wanted to use the power for himself. And it showed that Walden was strong enough to use it. I mean, yeah, he didn't hold it in his hand for long, he just placed it onto his hammer, but you could see that, oh, it's not killing him even if he's got it on his hammer, so, you know, he was tough. But in the end, Star-Lord and the Guardians, well, used it and they killed Walden. But then, that's when you learn that Peter can wield the stone. And then you find out he's not actually full on human, you learn he's half human, half alien. And that was a big thing. Then, when he came to Age of Ultron, same again, he was in Thor's vision when he saw the stone coming out of the orb, really. It was the same for the other three stones I brought up. You saw them all coming out of their objects, really. Now, well, I'll bring this one up. Now, in Guardians 2, it wasn't appeared, but what it was, when we came to the scene when Ego and some of the Guardians went to the planet, well, to Ego's body planet, Ego did say about, well, I did hear about the guy called Star-Lord hold the Infinity Stone, like that. So it was brought up, so it wasn't, as I said, it didn't make an appearance like in front of him, Ego just brought it up, so he heard that Peter hold the stone. So that was because you find out in that film that Peter is a Celestial, I think that's how you probably call him. So, because the Celestials are powerful, so it looks like they can wield the power of the stones. Now, the next time we'll see that Power Stone, and it's in Avengers Infinity War, and we know Thanos has got that, so he's got the possession of that. Now, here comes to the next one. The Eye of Agamotto, the Time Stone, and that one's green. Now, this one has the ability, you can go back in time, and you can also go forwards as well, but so far, we've only seen it to turn back time. We haven't seen it if you... Well, obviously, you got to turn forwards, because it's a time kind of power stone. So, yeah. That one, when I said in the beginning, when I said I'd done this one before, we didn't know where the time stone was. But, as I just said, the time stone turned out was in the Eye of Agamotto. And we found out that the colour of that stone was green, so... Because in that video, I made a guess like, was the soul and time going to have the same colours from the comics, or were those two colours going to switch around with those two stones? But yeah, I was right. Yeah, so that bit I was right. So in the film universe, the time stone ain't orange, it's got the green colour. So I'm not complaining about it, I'm just saying it now, but that's what it turned out to be. But anyway, first appearance, well, didn't make an actual appearance. It was in Guardians, but as I keep boarding up, it was on that hologram screen without an object around it. And then Doctor Strange, that's when we first saw it. When Doctor Strange found when he was using the Eye of Agamotto, he realised that the ability of it, he could turn time. So he really used that. He didn't really use it a lot, but he used it when he first saw it. Then he used it again to reverse time to bring the Hong Kong Centaur back. And then he used it in this funny bit when he time looped this bit when he talks to Dormammu, and every time he goes like, Dormammu, I've come to bargain. That bit was funny. But then in the end of the film, when Wong says about, it's best for you not to wear that Infinity Stone around you, that's when Doctor Strange was like, wait, what? So yeah, that's when we as I said, that's when we found out that it's the Time Stone, and that's when Doctor Strange first heard the word Infinity Stone. Then when Doctor Strange made the cameo in Thor Ragnarok, and luckily Doctor Strange was wearing the Eye of Agamotto, so the Time Stone made an appearance in that film. But he didn't use it, but you just saw the necklace, so it was in that film. And now that's going to be a big part as well, just like the other stones I brought up in Avengers Infinity War. So, and hopefully we'll see Doctor Strange use more of the Time Stone, and maybe by then he's learned more of its power, like what can he do with it, and has he gone more better with it? And I'd say he has. I'd say he's gone more better with that Time Stone, since. Now the last one is the Soul Stone, and that one, as obvious, it's orange. Now, it hasn't made an actual appearance yet, but as I was saying again with the Guardians, it only just went on that hologram screen with the other stones with no object around that stone. And now we know that stone's got to make an appearance in Infinity War now. So, the thing is about that stone is we still don't know what object it's hiding in, what object it's with, and we still don't know the location of the Soul Stone, so we don't know where it is. I mean, is it on Earth? Is it on another planet? Another dimension? Like that. Or, well, I wouldn't say it's with a character all this time, but look, people have been saying that Handel's got it, and I don't think Handel's got it, because I wouldn't think he's got the Soul Stone, but I could be wrong. But there is a theory that I could bring up. A while, like months ago, when they released this, photos of the stones, and in the stones you saw the characters in. It was like they were inside the stones, and each character was the characters that came in contact with that stone. So, like in the Space Stone picture, you had Captain America, because, as I said, Cap was the first one to contact. Well, first saw that one. When it came to Mind Stone, Vision, obviously, because it's on his forehead. Reality Stone with Thor, as I said, because he came, close to the stone and he saw it himself. Power with Star-Lord, because he held it and saw it. Time Stone with Doctor Strange, as we brought up, and he's wearing it. Now, the Soul Stone, in that picture, you saw Iron Man inside of it. So, really, the question around is just somehow the Soul Stone involved with Tony? I mean, somehow there was this one theory someone came out and said that they think that Howard Stark created Tony Stark by using the Soul Stone, and I don't know where that is coming from. But, well, because they're saying about when in Iron Man 2 when he's watching his dad's old videos when he was trying to do a commercial like that, he says about my best creation is you. And that's when people are thinking now, saying that, what did he mean? Do you think he meant by using the Soul Stone to create Tony? But I don't know. I mean, that would be a shock if Howard Stark did have the stone and he used it to bring Tony Stark to life. I mean, that would be a shock. But I wouldn't say that Tony's a wall. But I'm not saying that now. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe like the day Tony was born. Maybe he didn't survive giving birth, but then somehow Howard found the stone and he used it to, I don't know, bring Tony back. But, with the Soul Stone, but this is what I wanted to, this is why I left that till that bit now, as I said. The power of the Soul Stone is, what I could get of it is what I've been hearing so far. It's like, it's used to take someone's soul away, and you can also give the soul back to the person, or I think it's also as well you could bring someone back from the dead, like you can use the Soul Stone to bring this person back from the dead, or something like that. But, I'll bring this up quick, we've also learned that in the this prequel comic book of Avengers Infinity War, the second part of it, it was the book about Doctor Strange and Wong was talking to Doctor Strange about the stones. So we find out that Wong knows about the Infinity Stones, and he tells Strange about them. And with it, when it comes to the Soul Stone, because he does it in order as well, like where the stones have made their appearance, Wong brings up about the Soul Stone, and he says, We don't know much about it, but from the sound of it, from the comic, it sounds like this stone is more powerful than the other stones. So, ooh, that could be interesting. So, it sounds like that the Soul Stone in this universe, I don't know if it's the same in the comics, but it sounds the Soul Stone is more stronger than the other Infinity Stones. Now, there's also been other theories going on that in the film that when Thanos gets the Soul Stone, and because according to it, I've been hearing that you can't use the power of it until you gain someone's soul, and then you can use its power. Now, I've been hearing some people going around saying that, oh, Thanos is going to sacrifice one of his children, and we've been hearing that he's going to get Gamora and he's going to take her soul. Now, I don't know if that could be true, but it would be a shock. Like, that would be the biggest shock in the film. Like, he actually killed... Well, I don't know if you call it, like, he killed Gamora, or... Well, you know what, I don't think you could class as a death, because he's only taken her soul, so... And as I said, you can... I'm sure you can give the soul back to the person's body. So, there's that. Now, that's all with the stones. Now, let's go on to the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm sorry if I got that name wrong. The Gauntlet. Yeah, Gauntlet. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So, it's first... Now... It doesn't have no powers. What it is, it's the glove, as obviously you know what it is. You can make it out what it is if you haven't heard of it yet. Well, or you once you've been following this. The glove is used to contain all the stones onto the glove. So what happens is, once whoever wields the glove, once he puts all the stones on the glove, then the person has the ability to use all the stones, and he can become a god of the universe. So, and he can do anything with all of them. So, yeah, that's what it is, really. So, anyway, so where they've been. So, our first one, if you look closely, when the Destroyer is attacking the Frost Giant, you can see a glove in that scene. So, that's when we have said that, oh, there's the glove, and it's in Asgard. Now, when it came to Age of Ultron, in the one credit scene, it only had one credit scene, you saw the glove in some kind of a vault, and then you see Thanos walk into it, put it on his hand, and going like, fine, I'll do it myself. Now, that was a question then, because you're going like, hang on, wasn't that in Odin's vault? And second, wasn't it on the white hand? Wasn't he supposed to look like the fit on someone's white hand? And yeah, I mean, that was curious for me. I was like, hang on, in Thor, the glove's on the white side, and then when you see in Age of Ultron, you saw it's the glove that Thanos has got. It's on for the left hand, and that started getting people confused. Like, hang on, so is there two gloves or not? Now later on, Kevin Feige did come out and say there are two Infinity Gauntlets in the MCU. So I was like, oh, this is curious. But then, when it came to Thor Ragnarok, when Hela was in the vaults, she saw the thing, and she pushed it, like, to drop it on the floor, and then she says, fake. So in that film, you learn that, oh, it's a fake glove. So, oh, excuse me. So, yeah. So, that one in Odin's vault was a fake. So, and the one that Thanos has got, it's the real one. Because in the comics, the glove is always on the left side. And, well, I'm sure there's been some of the comics that it's been on the left, on the white one, but it's mainly always on the left. And the next appearance we're going to see the real one with Thanos is in the Infinity War, and that's a major part because, as I said, because in the film it's obvious, Thanos is on the quest to get all the stones now. So yeah, that's all the stones and the Infinity Gauntlets. So that's all of those. Now I will remind you now, and say, like, where are they now, really? So that bit was about, so what I was just on about then, so I was saying what films they've been in and what films are going to be in now. So now I'll bring up where are they now. So, Space Stone, as I said, with Thanos. Mind Stone, still with Vision's forehead. The Reality Stone, as I said, still with the Collector. But obviously, I'd say that's going to go with Thanos and the Mind Stone. Power Stone, it's not with the Nova Corps anymore. It's with Thanos. Time Stone, as so far from the trailers of Infinity War, is still with Doctor Strange, but we know that Thanos is going to get it. And as I said for the Soul Stone, we still don't know where it is. But we know it's going to end up with Thanos. And I'll bring this up quick with you about the location of that. People before Black Panther came out, they kept saying that, oh, it's going to be in Black Panther. And no, it was not in Black Panther. And I don't think it's in Wakanda anyway. That's what some people kept thinking it was going to be in Wakanda because the in the comics, because Black Panther can speak to the ancestors who were the kings and who took on the mantle of the Black Panther. Some people believe that they used the Soul Stone to do that, but no, they used this kind of plant to do it. And the director of the film did come out and say we didn't want to use the Soul Stone because the major object in the film was vibranium. So they said if we added the Soul Stone with it, it would have took the vibranium part of the film away. So I thought that was a good choice, really. But I still don't believe it's in Wakanda. But really, the reason why Wakanda's in it and why the final that's going to be classed as the final battle. Why the final battle is there? It's because of Vision. That's why, because of the Mind Stone. So that's why the Outriders and some of the Avengers are there, because Vision's there with the Mind Stone. So that's why the battle's taking place there, not because of the Soul Stone, because of the as I said, Vision. Also, the fake Infinity Gauntlet. Obviously, because in the film, in Thor Ragnarok, Asgard gets destroyed. So I would say that got destroyed with some of the objects, not the Tesseract. We know, look, he's got it. And as I said with the wheel gauntlet, Thanos has got it on his hand, and he's got the 2 stones so far. But I'd say by the point when Captain America's got him, I'd say 5 of the stones are there, and the last one will be the Mind Stone. And so I'm hoping that when it comes to Infinity War, the 5th stone that Thanos will gain is the Soul Stone. That's why I've got a funny feeling that it's going to play out like the Soul Stone will be the 5th stone he gains in the film. So, but we still don't know, as I said, we still don't know its location. But there was also another talk saying about now, because we know that the planet that where Iron Man's Avengers are going, like some of the people who are joining them to that weird planet, as we all know now, that's Titan. I've heard I've heard that some have said that, what if the stone's on Titan? And that would be curious, that if the stone was on Thanos' planet all this time. That would be curious, but I mean, if he was there all this time, I wonder why Thanos had got it with him now. So I don't know, maybe unless he didn't know and then he learned it from someone, or I don't know. I mean, it might not be on Titan and maybe somewhere else, but as I said, we still don't know his location. But I would say that the last stone he'll collect is the Mind Stone. I'd say after he beats some of the Avengers up, he'll grab Vision, then he'll get it out of his forehead, and then that'll be the last one he'll put on the glove. And I'm still hoping, in the end of the film, he'll end the film with a snap at his fingers, just like in the comics. I am hoping for that one. So, yeah. That's all of the stones and the gauntlet of where they are now. So that was all the updates. But if you got any, if you like this video, well, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comments down below in this video, like if you want to have a talk about the stones and the Infinity Gauntlet. But also, if you do have your own theories of where's the if you got your own theories where the Soul Stone is and where could it be, please comment that down below. And also, give me your thoughts. What object do you think it will be in? Because don't forget, the objects that these stones have been hiding in, the first letter of the name, they are spelling Thanos. So if you got an object that begins with a H, if you think, it could be in that H item, please put that down in the comment below. I would like to discuss that video and see that. That's my fault as well. So yeah, if you want to, just put that down in the comments below. Also, as I said, give it a thumbs up. Share this out to your friends so I can get more viewers and subscribers to this channel. And if you're new to this channel, this is what I do. I do Marvel and Transformers Cinematic Universe videos, like news-wise. Also with trailers, clips, clips, TV spots, and spoiler reviews. The trailers, clips, and TV spots, the non-spoiler ones I do. But when it comes to the spoilerish ones, I avoid those because if it's like for a film like for Marvel or Transformers, I say to myself, no, I want to leave it to the film now because they ain't that far off. Now, to bring that up now, because I did say for Infinity War, I'd said if there was another TV spot and clip, I said I might just do one of those for the film. But now we're in April, I said I'm not going to do it. I'm just actually... If there is some footage by then, I'm going like, no, I want to save it to the film because I want this film to me as a big secret to me. I don't want to know like, oh, that's in the film, you know, oh, that's going to go down in this scene. I don't want to know that. I just want to go in there and be like surprised what some of the scenes play out like. So yeah. And when it comes to the spoilers, obviously I do the spoiler review. So look out for this month, like in the last week of April, because that's when I'll be doing the my Avengers Infinity War, and I also do these kind of things for the Transformers. Well, this is all for the film side anyway for those two. So that's that one. Oh, and for last but not least, if you want to see my last Marvel video, click here. That's about me Captain Marvel and the synopsis and the 3 returning characters. You'll love that one. My channel, make sure you click the bell so you can be notified when my new videos are up. And here you can jump to my Transformers Cinematic Universe news video. Well, my last video of that. So that's it really, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Peace.